Hey guys, it is day 6 of demo week, and we are going out with a bang. Now, granted, your definition and my definition of going out with a bang may vary a little bit, but certainly huge deal for me. This is, major label artist, backed by a major producer, put out some great records, someone I've blogged about before, and, just a demo that A, I was really excited to get, and B, really pleased with when I got it. I don't know a whole lot about it necessarily because there's no particular information on the label itself except for some song titles and stuff. No date or anything. I can guess it's around 1996. I just got this off of eBay, so the origins of how I got this tape aren't particularly helpful. I didn't get this at the source and have it submitted to me or any of that kind of stuff. I just bought it off eBay, but it's fantastic. Who am I talking about? You can probably guess just by the background here. R.I.F, Rappin Is Fundamental, Easy Mo Bee's group. Really underrated to my mind. I mean, these guys had fantastic production, obviously, because Easy Mo Bee backed them and did all their production. He's just one of the great hip-hop producers. And like most hip-hop producers, you're tend to inclined to give your best material to your own group. You know what I mean? As much as DJ Premier has done amazing work for everybody, probably, doing Gangstar, he wanted to save his best beats for Gangstar. And I think that's sort of the case with just about everybody. And true with Easy Mo Bee as well, with Rappin Is Fundamental. They had great voices, great deliveries. They could sing, which was obviously a huge plus and deviation from your average hip-hop group. And lyrically, well, okay, maybe that's sort of their one caveat, their weak spot. But still, with that in mind, they're still able to make some fantastic records. And, apparently, some fantastic songs that never got released on wax. So if you're only quasi-familiar with Rappin Is Fundamental, which is also admittedly a terrible hip-hop name. Sometimes they abbreviate it to R.I.F. Of course, it's a play on Reading Is Fundamental, which was a very famous children's program, a public interest group to get children to read. So they used to have commercials on kids' TV back in the days, in the 80s and stuff. So Rappin Is Fundamental was something all kids were deeply familiar with from those commercials, if nothing else. Reading Is Fundamental, that is. And even Third Base in the 80s, they had a little joke publishing group called R.I.F., which was Rhyming Is Fundamental. So it's really surprising that these guys would take that name and jump on it especially since they were a pretty serious group. It's not like they're doing silly, humorous songs or anything, so it's kind of an off name, I give you that. But, so they did some fantastic singles. This was their first one right here, sort of their lesser known Ain't No Smoke, which features Big Daddy Kane, sort of. He talks on the record, but he never actually raps on it, but it's just perfect in every way. The production's amazing. Their raps, the verses, the way it's very broken down at first and kind of builds and builds into a lush song. And even just Big Daddy Kane's spoken cameo is just fantastic. And then, of course, they had the big self-titled song, Rappin Is Fundamental, which I've got both 12 inches there, the original and then the UK one with the remixes. You don't need the remixes, but only if you're a completist like myself. But, again, killer track, really showcase the variety of their skills. And they had their one album right here, self-titled, Rappin Is Fundamental, 1991 on A&M Records. Of course, they did the brilliant song with Miles Davis on his last album ever, the Doo-Bop Legacy. The song was called, the Doo-Bop Song, and they called their album and their stuff the Doo-Hop Legacy, because Doo-Bop, of course, was an established form of music, and Doo-Hop is their play on it, where they're taking Doo-Bop and hip-hop and combining it, and that's the style. And admittedly, again, that might sound a little too precious, but it does work out musically in the end. It sounds great. And so then you might say that's kind of the end of Rappin Is Fundamental. That was their only album was on that one label, but they did come out with an independent record right here in 1994 on Soul Survivor Records, which is their own label, but it's kind of interesting. We'll come back to that. And of course, when Easy Mo Bee did his producer album in 2000, he features his own group on there, of course. And they've been featured on albums by Nice and Smooth and Big Daddy Kane, etc. And this one particular record, which is important, came out in 1997, which is sort of a sampler EP of Easy Mo Bee's stuff. So 2 songs by R.I.F, 2 songs by a group called Soul Survivor, and I'm not sure, I suspect that might be just sort of their label roster getting credited all together, because it does sound like maybe A.B. Money or something is on that song. But the reason why I call it important is because it directly relates back to this tape, and it also is what lets me guess that this tape came out around 1996 or 1997. Because this 12-inch came out in 1997, and this tape features 6 songs, 2 of which, most of these are unheard, but 2 of them are the 2 songs from this 12-inch. So when I play clips of the tape, I'm probably just going to skip those 2 songs because you can go out and just buy these on wax, and these have been publicly released. But they are great songs. They're independent with 12-inch was great songs, and this is significant, I think, because it shows actually in some ways, I think they're maybe getting a little real rounded, a little tighter, a little stronger than they were in their A&M stuff. Certainly their production is consistent all the way through. Again, Easy Mo Bee is one of the greats, and he's using some great sounds on their stuff. And while they don't necessarily come much stronger lyrically or anything, it just feels like they've got a stronger grasp on their sound and their flow and their style. It just comes off a little bit tighter on their later stuff. And this EP then, thankfully, is from that later era. And then there's also sort of the Platinum-ites era, which is a CD right here. Which is sort of like an independent label AB Money was doing, that Easy Mo Bee was behind. He did some production, AB did some rapping and singing. There was also a whole bunch of younger cats. So their compilation CD, it seemed like they're doing a whole bunch of stuff online. And at the same time, JR seemed to be doing his own thing. He had a whole bunch of solo songs on like his MySpace and all. And now that sort of stuff has mostly disappeared, unfortunately, because there's some good material there. But hopefully, who knows, maybe they'll make a comeback and all reunite and come together for a really strong R.I.F. in 2015. But anyway, so there's that time too. So again, we're getting 6 songs. The first 2, Who's the Man and Do Hop, are the songs from that 12-inch. So the next 4 are all original and only on this tape and really exciting. Plus, then there is, how do they describe it here, miscellaneous R.I.F. beats. So it's basically just sort of like the Milk D blog I did a couple days ago in Demo Week. A beat tape. In this case, by Easy Mo Bee, of course. But presumably, since they're described as R.I.F. beats, they're sort of saying, if you signed us and put us on your label, then these are the beats we're actually going to do songs over. And it's really a shame they never did get signed and it never did come out, but at least we're going to get to hear it right now. So again, there's not much more information on the notes here. It just says produced by Easy Mo Bee. There are no guests except one song, You Send Me, which is possibly my favorite song on this whole tape, including the ones that have been previously released before, features someone who's only credited as Kelly. She's a singer, she's an R&B singer, and she only comes in sort of at the end of the song. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Ain't No Smoke. You Send Me is a remake, a recover of the traditional soul song. I think Cook did it originally, You Send Me. And it sort of works in a way like Ain't No Smoke, where it sort of builds to a lusher composition, and that's why they finally got this extra vocalist who comes in and sings only at the end. They do add rap verses and turn it into a hip-hop song, but they actually go a pretty long way before they even get to adding anything hip-hop. It's almost like a straight, pure R&B cover of You Send Me at first. And in a way, that's pretty awesome because they do a fantastic job of it. And then when they do turn into a hip-hop thing and start rapping on it, it still sounds fantastic and it blends perfectly. And it almost sounds like that's the way it always should have sounded. And you got 3 more songs on here. Part of Me, which is pretty good. 3 Brothers Come Out of Bed-Stuy, which is better. That's actually parts 1 and 2. They break it up into 2 songs because the beat changes right in the middle, and it gets to the more hardcore street vibe in the second half, which is pretty cool. So I guess a 2-part song, and then finally Ghetto Vibe, which again, just another really strong song that showcases their style, and they sort of elevate what might typically be sort of a more generic hip-hop song with their skills and their talents as both singers and MCs, again, even if it's not necessarily lyrically, in their voices and deliveries, and amazing production throughout. Alright, so with no further ado, we're going to jump right into You Send Me by R.I.F. Okay, she is on the beginning too.
of summer, dedicated to all the lovers and all the single mothers. That's straight from the mental, like CL, lots of loving. So pass me the ball when I'm a score with no funding. Never chase the cat because they can't chase this. A lot of chicks scoring but they miss. So I'ma keep it real, stay true to my women, and give it the type of things that the next man wouldn't. When it come to loving, I have to fall back and love it. Give it a glow to have a girlfriend's brother. So bird major hitter, Lord knows no quitter. And God we trust, we don't need no books like the wizard. Straight from Mr. Styles, A.E. and Easy Move. We never taking losses, always using all precautions. Three bad brothers trying to get things like Kenny, trying to find a girl that'll sit me.
At first, I thought it was infatuation, but ooh, it's lasted so long.
It's a part of me. It's got to be a little mentally. It's a part of me. It's got to be a little mentally. Oh,
It's something new for you to get down and bounce to. So feel the vibe as the soul starts to house you. It's fundamental, we ain't gonna change. No silver spoons, just crime waves and rhyme days. Straight from the streets, your broken homes and gun clapping. The rapping is our chance to make it happen. On my click, pull downs, rock wallabies, pull nines, sweat the hill figures. It's at the right time, we say the right rhyme, the thrill niggas. I got the striking in life, and when it's come to that game, the rap game, man, it's all a hustle. The best guys, the best style. The vocal gunman, three-man band to make rap stand for something.
Ain't no together with the same everywhere. And if you really feel me, throw your hands in the air. But not right now. Like the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now I know you feel me. Tonight is fine. I got my mind made up. Come on, you can get it, boy. Anytime. Tonight is fine. You make a blind man see a fat man lean. You turn your upside down, downside, totally rearrange the scene. Now, the planet looks like us. Pulling on Bill, but my feet show my love. All you crew, don't get careless. I'ma heat up like flex so hot 97. I gotta get the dough, I gotta get the cash. You think I'm crazy? Give me the loot like Biggie, and you be hearing me screaming out, hey, love, baby. Feel my vibration. I'm that brother that, hey, on temptation. Even when I hit you, not trying to ditch you. We get looks like the whisper. What the world now is love. People try to say I'm so fundamental. They messed around and turned me loose.
Messed around and turned that boy loose. Let me tell you something, we don't play that. Not on this side of town. My man, Easy Mo about to come on, listen. Easy Mo, what they know and improve. Brother, move on, get your move on. Get this stepping with the shoes on. Feel froggy and leap the heat about to hit you. You know you get the picture. Blind boy, forget you. Brothers in the alley, the sisters in the streets. You wanna shake my hand, but not now. Your fella speaks, got you yapping like Dion was happening. Gossip got you trashing. Kid, you try real hard, but nothing's happening. I'm constantly waxing. Spent your loot, now pay your taxes. I blew you off your axis. Target shooting for practice. Many lack this. Forgetting still about the crack and so survival with the full metal jacket. Mr. Bully Packard, count your stacks and grab your coat. This is a ball, cracks up, and that's all she wrote. Instigating situations, you looking for confrontation. You wasting your race for the finish line by your laces. Remember these faces, no traces, just kick the dust up. You talking loud but saying nothing, so hush your fuss up.
Whenever I do for you, you do for me. We shake this next the money we make. Whatever we do, we ain't gonna change. Niggas can't hang. It's the type of dance that you both sing your mind. We talking about that ghetto. Sometimes on the side. We talking about the two-hop style. We talking about the two-hop style. Niggas in the lobby tried to rob me. A savage in the suit of happiness is a hobby. Baddest of the baddest, baddest of the fattest. A, B, money matters, you know my status. And man, it's a mess, but others is mad facts. It's staring at the walls in the project. When I step through, yo, slide to the side. With my pants sagging and my Tim's untied. Hey!
So there you go, guys. This was Demo Week 2. We had ISIS, we had Deadly Venoms, we had Milk D, we had the Mammoth Clan Overlords, we had Symbolic Elements, Fertile Crescent, and of course R.I.F. Rappin Is Fundamental. So come back again next time, guys, and it won't be Demo Week, but it's still going to be something fun and exciting, and it'll actually be something that you can track down and own, hopefully. So thanks for watching. Peace out.